the ERA. It's your boy Gameboy today. I'll be substituting for our latest commentator J-Dog. And yeah, tier 1 today around Singapore. Let me quickly check the audio and then we can get started with qualifying. Audio works perfectly, and yeah, we got cars on the track. 18 minutes of qualifying to define who will start on pole for our race around Singapore. So yeah, expect a lot of soft tires this session. No Q1, Q2, Q3, but just a single session, short. And then we have a 31 race laps in the race. Dry, it's looking for now. Can it be wet for the race? Who knows? But Singapore is a very tricky track. 19 turns around this track. Most of them pretty much 90-degree corners. So yeah, 4 DRS zones as well. 4.9 kilometers in length. So let's see what we can do. It looks like Failing Tomcat is the first one on the track. And 2 more corners to go, and I will guide you for a lap around the circuit. So yeah, it's the Marina Bay Street Circuit, officially. And the final corner, as we gonna start our lap right here, over the start-finish line, it's DRS wide open over the start-finish straight. First corner, quite tricky, but you can cut the inside curb a lot. And he took that very well from the looks of it, onto the power. Very careful here, because you can wheel spin your tires. Make sure to not be fully on the left hand side for track limits, but looks to be good. Then DRS open over the longest straight of the track. The most favorite overtaking spot is right here at turn 5. Then we go through the couple of 90-degree corners, left, right, and then another left coming up. Another straight towards in the sector 2. Towards the bridge section. Singapore Sling used to be a very difficult corner in the past, but they simplified it for the better, in my opinion. Over the bridge into the hairpin, very late on the brakes. Very slow on the throttle here as well, especially if you're over the white line, and make sure for the grip. 90-degree corner, and then we have a stretch towards the final chicane at the end of the straight. Straight has been implemented since 2023, but since 2024 it's a DRS zone, and now in 2025 it's in the game as well as a DRS. And a little bit on the curb there, unsettled the car. Final 2 corners, and over the line we're gonna start our qualifying with a 129.8 for Failing Tomcat. But Bacchus GT instantly 29.1, taking the time away, and then there's No Build, also 29.1. Very well done from Mr. No Build. I believe that's Mercedes next of Steve. He is on a lap. 103 for Sector 1 and 2 combined. The ERS is very low, and he puts in a 128.5. Provisional pole for now. Project Race GP is starting. He's on a lap. Then it was a Williams who just started this lap. Nobody in the Alpine puts in a 137. That's Wingish. Wingish with a 128.5. And that's Moikuli now through the final corners. Can he beat Mr. Wingish? Over the line he goes, and he puts in a 128.0. 5/10 quicker than his countrymate. And then it's Jaholis. No, it's not Jaholis. It's MK7 Hitch. And he made a mistake over the final corner. Sets the slowest time because of it. He can do much better than that. We know him. Is that Rico Gracie? Or my apologies for the pronunciation, but Rico comes over the line now. Puts in a 128.5 P2 for the Haas driver. And I believe this Project, yeah, it is Project Race. Just over the line, puts in P5 with a 129.111. So who's coming over the line now? Nobody close. At the bottom right corner, we can see the track. People are going into the pits, but it is Jaholis who will be the first to reach the start-finish line now. And he actually invalidated. He invalidated in the chicane. So he has to do again. He has to go again. And then Soppis, is he on the lap? No, he goes into the pits. Abubakar over the line and goes wide in the final corner. Lap taken away because of track limits. Nobody into the pits he goes. And that's another Alpine behind him of Moikoli also going into the pits. But then Jaholi, he is not on the lap. DRS is closed. And Abubakar, yeah. Invalidation in the final corner. It can happen. Just reset and get back to the pits. Reset and then back out and put a lap together. Curry now on a lap. So let's ride on board with Curry. We just started going out of the Sector 1 twisty section into the right-hander to go onto the straight. DRS open. Let's see what he can do in kph per hours. He tops out at 114, 214, 314. So 314 kilometers per hour on the straight. This is quite quick. Now through the 90-degree corners. And it's quite a beautiful track if you ask me, depending on the surroundings. The track itself can use some improvement, but it's unique in its own way and people love it. And so do I. But yeah, into the hairpin, a little lockup over there. And we just saw DRS joining the lobby as well. But yeah, over the DRS straight of Sector 2. Now final 90-degree corner onto the final straight. Little kink over here, just like the main straight. And you can see the carousel in the back. Through the last chicane of the track. Went a little bit wide there, got a little bit on the curb. And over the line he goes, puts in a 29.3. P8 for Mr. Curry. And then Ichris now. Through the chicane he goes. 2 more corners to the line and takes it very well, but loses the back end in doing so. Puts in a 131 because of it. Can go a couple of tenths quicker. And then Bakos GT just started his lap. And that's Williams coming out of the pits. On the battery. He uses the McLaren Chrome livery, which I quite like as well. The Soppis uses the Chrome livery. He has the normal McLaren livery. But yeah, at the end of Sector 1, 2 tenths improvement. Puts in the purple sector if you have to go by the track map. But you're 2 tenths quicker than his first lap. A little bit losing the back end on the throttle. Little twitchy and slidey. But he is putting it together. Over the curb. Keep it tight here. Nicely done. Through the hairpin on the throttle. He stays within the white lines. Usually you can go with the right wheels on the over the line. But off track it's a little bit dirty. So it's tricky for getting on the traction. But yeah, through the final straight we go. DRS open. Battery open. Looks to be good through the chicane. Final turns. And is it going to be an improvement? It's going to be a 128.1. He does improve. P2. Very nicely done, Mr. Bakos. So people are starting their laps now. Including Rico, who is coming over the line now. And DRS Maestro did make it into the lobby. Instead of the Ferrari, he had to go by the RB because he actually checked out and got failing Tomcat now in his car, but he got back in. So, welcome back. And in the meantime, No Build puts in a 127.6. And Stevie improves as well in P2 in front of Moikuli, 27.9. So, amazing laps from these two drivers. And Moikuli is on a lap 2. He actually is not improving. 11,000 slower than his fastest time at the moment. But the lap is not over yet. He touches the inside wall. Scraped it. DRS open. Does he improve in Sector 2 though? He does. 1/10. On to the final part of the track. DRS wide open here. You got a Williams in front of him won't impact his lap. Dirty air will be implemented from within 1.5 seconds. But that's not 1.5 seconds, that's much bigger than that. And it's going to be a 127.9, 1/10 improvement, but stays in P3. 100 off Stevie. And I believe we have a Red Bull next. That is No Build, who will be going into the pits. McLaren then, of Soppis, he is on the lap. But he's 2 seconds off his time, so he's going into the pits as well. Abubakar, he is on the lap. Through the final corners we go, and DRS open for the final 10 meters, and 130.2 puts him in 13th place. And I believe that's DRS Maestro who came over the line as well, puts in 29.1 for P10. So a P10 appearance at the moment for DRS Maestro. And nobody also goes into the pits. Still has to set a proper lap time though, 1:37 at the moment. And is that the Ferrari of failing Tomcat? Yes, it is. He invalidated though, so he'll be going into the pits. MK7 Hitch, is he on a lap? No, he is not. There's Jaholi on a lap. Yes, he is. Jaholi is on a lap. We've got a Ferrari right in front of him. And is that an RB on the track map? It is. An RB has spun round. And it is DRS Maestro. DRS Maestro spun out of the Singapore sling. Faces the wrong way, my friends. Track goes that way. Yeah, Abubakar goes into the pits, presumably. And Alex Caru-Goat, the only driver on the track currently who still needs to set a lap time. So let's ride on board with him for this track. Or let's do not, because he goes into the pits. And so does Jaholi, and I presumably also DRS Maestro. So who do we have on track? We have Curry currently on a lap time. 8/10 currently off his fastest lap time. On to the bridge section. And this has almost a 4/10 improvement. So he can put it in the 128 as it is looking right now. Through the final skin, little tap on the outside wall there for good measure. Nothing worrying. But you have through the final corners now, and is he gonna improve? He is gonna improve. 128.8, 4/10, puts him at P9. Very good, sir. Then Bakers GT, who is on a lap currently, starting his lap now. My apologies. So he's the only one on track currently who is on a lap. And Alex Caru-Goat saying that he has put on the Baku setup. Not wise. There's no long straights here. But yeah, Bakers GT on the lap now. Through the straight. Improvement, yes he does. Almost 2/10 through sector 1 alone. over the curb there. You can take that corner wide. Curb won't affect you much on the exit. And through the corner, 90-degree corners. Next up is the Singapore Sling. Without the twisty section from 2012 and 2010, the famous Singapore Sling we love to hate. If you have ever played the older games. But yet that's a Mercedes right in front of him. Is he gonna let him pass? Yes, he does. So Stevie out of the way. Through the final 90-degree right-hander. DRS open. One more chicane to go and a double left-hander. And, ooh, I don't know if that went wide or not. Looks to be alright though. Through the last corner. And is it going to be an improvement? Yes, it is. 4/10 puts him back in P2 with a 1:27.7. Very nice lap, Mr. Bakos. And then we have a lot of people on their out laps. Soppis is not on an out lap. He is improving by 200ths in Sector 2 currently with the McLaren. So let's ride on board with him, stay with him. Over the bridge into the hairpin. Keep it nice and tight. There we go. Nicely done on the battery. DRS open. And you're gonna be hearing me that say a lot more than I wish. Curry, meanwhile, in fact, retires, but looks to be on track at the exit of turn 5. But yeah, chicane over there looks great. Great chicane from Soppis. Final corner. And he spins round. Soppis spins round at the final corner. Almost did a Lance Stroll over there, but without touching the wall. And is that Jaholi's on the lap? No, it's MK7 Hitch to the final corner, but he is going to start this lap now. But that's a Ferrari on the lap now. Or it's not actually, yeah, Failing Tomcat is. Arlecaro still needs to set his lap, and Buddha as well. Buddha is also yet to set a lap time. He finished though, and Alex did too. They didn't reach the finish line. So Alex, Caro, Goat, and Buddha have to start from the back of the field. But yeah, coming to the final laps now, Rico. Is he gonna improve on his lap time? Currently in P5 and 1:28.5. He is gonna improve, but not improve in position. Then no build. 27.6 did not improve. And is that Moikuli? Yes, it is. Moikuli improves. 1:27.7 puts him in P3. Then we have nobody. Through the final corner, 2/10 currently so far. And he is improving by 2/10, but not in position. And that's Project. Project Race GP just improved for the 5th time. 1:28.1. Very welcome, sir. Welcome to Tier 1. Not Saint-Tropez, but Tier 1, ladies and gentlemen. Failing Tomcats, 29.3, puts him in a P13. And who's yet on the lap stop is not. MK7 Hitch is also there, and I think that's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. So we have our grid for the Grand Prix with No Build on pole position. So No Build is gonna start from the first grid box, and next to him is Bakos GT in the McLaren. So very well done from those two drivers. Emily Cooley on the second row together with Stevie. Project Race, his first race in Tier 1, puts his car on P5 for the start of the Grand Prix. Next to him is Rico. MK7H, welcome to Tier 1 as well. I see that you're a reserve driver from the division, but you're great to see you here. Wingish, Soppis, and Curry round off the top 10. Jaholis, DRS Maestro, Failing Tomcat, Abubakar, Chris, nobody has set their lap times to start from the back, and then that's Alex Goat starting from the back of the grid together with Buddha. quickly reminder that do not ready up the grid, the race. We got a 3 minutes break to finalize the setups. Let me quickly put that in the chat. So break, do not already up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if there are any strategy changes. Everyone looks to be on the medium tires as of now. So yeah, 3 minutes looks to be dry as well. So it looks to be having a dry race. 31 laps around here. And can there be, and let's hope for an exciting race to watch. I'm gonna get a little gap now before I come back, and I'll speak to you in a minute's time. So welcome back, everyone. I just sent out the ready up, and people are gonna get the green light now. Looking at tires, it's looking like Rico is the only person currently on the hard tires, and there's failing Tomcat switching strategies last minute as well. Look at that. You love to see it. You'll love to see it. So formation lap is going to start any second now. From the beep hearing, it's going to be within 10 seconds. So yeah, welcome. Welcome to the start of the Singapore Grand Prix with no build at pole position. First, we got a formation lap to warm up your tires. So yeah, did anyone change tires? It's only Rico and failing Tomcat on the hard tires. So are they going for the reverse strategy? A hard medium and the rest are going medium hard, I presume. Or you can surprise me with a two-stop strategy. I'm open for surprises. Pit stop around here lose you around 23 to 24 seconds. So yeah, formation lap, warm up your tires, be nice and gentle on them. Because tires are fragile in this game. F125 really did you good on the tires. So yeah, nice and easy. And I'm curious what Alex Cardo-Goat can do from the back of the grid. Reminding you that he did a last of first on the season finale of season 5 at Abu Dhabi. So how can he get back to the front around Singapore? What's quite tricky. Quite tricky track. You have to trust each other to make a proper overtake. And how do you like to say this? Monaco with overtaking opportunities. Track a bit wider as well, which provide that. And Stevie for the win. We'll see, we'll see. He's got to start from 4th. So yeah, well, you look at that, lining up on the grid right now, waving the tires, putting the temperature in them. A perfect park from Nobel. Wingers, on the other hand, did not. He got DSQ'd for it. For failing the park correctly. Yeah, great camera angles, EA. Thank you. And that's everyone. So yeah, starting the Grand Prix. If they let us, yes we are. It's red lights on, and who's gonna get the better start? Is it No Build of Baku's GT? It's lights out and away we go. And it looks like Baku's got a slightly better start than No Build. Has his front tire alongside his rear tire, but No Build keeps the lead. Did he go a little bit wide though? We don't know. Track limits are precious around here. And yet top 3 stays the same, and is that Project into the wall. He lost it. He lost it out of turn 3. And now with damage in last place, gonna get that back to the pits for a fix. Alex Carter losing positions as well out of this corner. Maybe anything that happened, but it's DRS. DRS, nobody alongside. Nobody goes off track. Side by side to turn 6. Little bit twitchy on the backhand for nobody. Still side by side through this 90-degree left-hand corner. Is he gonna keep it there? And it looks like DRS has finished the move, but can nobody come back and win? No, stays behind into the Singapore sling. Very nice driving from these drivers. So everyone really close around here. Ooh, the Red Bull. The Red Bull of Buddha was looking at the inside there, but little tap there from Alex Cardo who got past around the outside. And that's the other Ferrari too, of failing Tomcat. Little touchy into the first corner of sector 3. But they come out whole. No damage there. Alex Cardo good. And then Abubakar makes the move on Curry. Curry currently losing position too. Jaholi as well. Did he make a mistake in the chicane? Side by side action from Icarus and nobody. Icarus stays behind. In P14 these drivers. And yeah, No Build has kept the lead. Project Mule in the pits with his wing damage, so he's gonna get the fix. And the top 3 they're all staying very close. Riku lost the DRS though, and it's gonna put him under pressure from Wingish. Wingish on the outside. Little bit of contact out of turn 5, but Wingish gets it done. No, he doesn't. Still side by side. Wingish on the medium tires, and Riku with on the hard tires. Still side by side they go through turn 7. And it looks like Wingish has used the battery to get ahead into P6, but 2 seconds behind the top 5. Baku's GT, meanwhile, has an incident. Incident over the bridge section into the hairpin. Did he go in the wall there? Does he have damage? Doesn't look for me on my POV. Ooh, don't know what's happening there. Rico loses the back end on the hard tires. He has less grip to play with. And lost the position to Soppis because of it. But yeah, Bakos, who was running P2, now into P6 by presumably a mistake. A No Build, because of it, is now stretching his legs. 1.5 seconds the gap in front. Will Mukuli be able to catch up to him and give him a challenge? We'll see, we'll see. DRS Measure also Did he also pit? No. Nobody in the DRS did not pit. They just, I think, had an incident. They have had an incident. There are no M plates on that car, sir. Same goes for DRS Maestro. Also in the pits. DRS Maestro DNFs. So he's out of the Grand Prix. And they said Abubakar. Abubakar with an incident. Turn 5. Was ghosted there. But now back into P15. So he has to work his way back to the front now. And let's see who are fighting. Looks like Icarus is really close, although now he loses a little bit of the back end. Alex Goat. Alex Goat now looking to set up an overtake on Curry. Very close on him. One more DRS straight to go before the end of this lap. Will he do it here? Will he go for the overtake? He is on the battery though. Curry is not. Curry is flashing. Curry's flashing, and that's an easy pass for the Goat into the chicane, and that's job done. Job done for the Ferrari driver. MK7 Hitch is creeping up to Stevie as well. Stevie with 0.8 gap to Quali, but still has the DRS, of course. You have to be within 1 second for that. Stevie saving a lot there of his energy. Quite a difference there as well. Quali is pushing. He is pushing. Cost him a lot of battery though. But so is Noble. Noble is also pushing. Jaholi lost the position to Failing Tomcat. So Failing Tomcat getting back to the front. Or making up some positions. Oh, loses the back end there. Almost going sideways through the corner. And there's Jaholi actually touching the wall there. But you're keeping his car intact. Nobody in the pits. Is that the second time? It is the second time. So nobody back into the pits. Another front wing change from the looks of it. It goes from hard tires to medium tires. Stevie on the 1 second gap. He has lost the DRS to Quali, but only just, which can put the pressure on now by MK7 Hitch. Does Stevie have the DRS here? No, he lost it over the detection zone. But MK7 Hitch now there. Wingish goes into the pit. No, he is not. He is still on track. Made a little pirouette on the final corner. But MK7 Hitch now 0.6 the gap. Is that a gap too big to make a move into turn 5? Or turn 6? It is too big. MK7H has to stay behind for another lap. Alex Goat making the position on Wingish, who just spun out of the final corner, so he has his tires cooked. They are screaming at him right now. They're telling him, don't spin me around again, boy. Failing Tomcat losing position to Jaholi. Jaholi on the mediums, Tomcat on the hards. So there's a grip advantage for now. Bacchus GT has wheel issues from the chat. So I don't blame him for that for his mistake on the bridge, as long as it did not influence other drivers, of course. And Wingish in the wall. Wingish in the wall at the exit of turn 16, is it? 15. Turn 15. No, 14 actually, my mistake. Keep getting mixed up with these corner numbers. There's a damage on the car, spins again. And yeah, probably goes into the pits. Was that nah. My mistake. MK7H is putting the pressure on Stevie. MK7H. He says, give me that position now, please. He won't be asking the next time. So, and that's a safety car, I believe. It's a full safety car on track. Wing is retired in the pits. And he is lapped. Nobody wants to stay out on this lap if to not pit in order to catch back up to the field. Because if you pit now together with the front runners, you will stay a lap behind. You will not be allowed to overtake the front runners. So yeah, safety car. This will gonna last until at least lap 8. But are they gonna pit now? Question. They are on 5-lap-old mediums. So this can very much change things from a one-stop strategy to a two-stop strategy. And they are pitting. Nobelt into the pits. Quali into the pits. Steve in the pits. MK7 into the pits. And yeah, nobody listened. He is staying out on track. He's going to unlap himself doing that. And then pits next lap. Or actually just pitted. He just made a second pit stop. I just commentated on that actually. So yeah, everyone in the pits, and that's Rico. Rico staying out, taking the lead by doing so. But he started on those hard tires, 6-lap old compared to Nobel's fresh. And Bakos goes to the soft tires, which is quite interesting because tire wear around this track is very high. And in my opinion, the soft tire is not the favorite. But yeah, I'll be up for a surprise, of course. Let's see if he can make up some positions doing so, as he is now 2 compounds softer than the guys ahead of him. So we'll keep an eye on him at the restart. So yeah, everyone taking a pit stop. Alex Goat, meanwhile, P7 after starting 17th. Let's look at the position changes. So yeah, up 10 positions. Buddha also mentioning 7 from P18 to P11. Yeah, Rico has stayed out on the track with the safety car, put him in the lead, but he started P6. And Soppes, did he start from the back? On P9? Looks like it. And he made a stop. So, still in the same position, basically. As Wingish is out. And Alex Goat, yeah, very nicely done from him. Around the track like Singapore to make up 10 positions in the first 6 laps. Quite amazing. Although we have seen some incidents in the first laps. But we'll keep an eye on them, of course. The safety car will be staying out another lap, like I said. Lap 8 minimum. And nobody still has to catch up. So it might even take another lap. So yeah, back to the tires. We got at the back Jaholi, Failing Tomcat and Abubakar on fresh mediums. So they definitely have to stop again. Can the hard tires make it to the end though? I will be surprised if they do, actually. But like I said earlier, I'm up for a surprise. And it is Singapore after all, so an incident is around every corner here. So, track no stranger to safety cars. Until, was it last year or 2 years ago, it had a track record of 100% chance of safety cars. And now not anymore. In real life, I mean. So yeah, we got Bert Mailander in the Aston Martin at the front. Aston Martin leading the race right now. So nobody. I mean, he is catching up. He is pushing. Although he did not make much time on this last lap. But he is still catching up. The field is waiting for him at the moment. Will the safety car stay out another lap because of nobody? Might very well be. Actually, it will be because... No, might not be. Safety car coming in. Safety car is coming in this lap. Rico will do the restart. So everyone nice, just bumped up together, very slow through the final corners. So let's see if No Build has a chance to take the lead straight away. Back to his position. Rico staying out very late. He is on the throttle now. And he spins round. Rico spins round on the restart. Oh no. He has damage because of it, because I see the M plate laying there on the track, but Rico spun out at the restart and has to go into the pits now. What a shame. I would have loved to see you in the front. But yeah, Noble taking back the lead, and Mike Cooley is right up his gearbox. He can smell what he ate for breakfast. So DRS not yet open. It will be opened the second lap after the restart. And Bakers GT. He was 6th at the restart. Ooh, the Ferrari of Alex Cardogo very close there. Still managed to keep his nose out of his gearbox. On the soft tires, what can he do? Can he make up some positions? Let's look a bit further back. Wailing Tomcat very close to Jaholi as well. But they do not have the tire advantage on each other. Jaholi does on Buddha. He actually gets a very good exit here. Nobody with a 10-second penalty for the exceeding pit lane. And he actually made the mistake, but Buddha is coming back though. Buddha is coming using the battery on the inside line for the chicane. Keeps it side by side, and that's a little touch from Buddha on the rear right of Jaholi, spinning him round. And he went into the barrier as well. We can see the end plates over there. So this man will be end plateless for a couple of meters as he will be going into the pit lane. Nobody retired on track and looks to be in turn 6, so that's a big no-no actually. Bakers GT loses position to MK7 Hitch. And to Alex Cardogo. Ooh. I thought he was going into the back of him. A little bit of glitching there. But Jabakos with his wheel problems. We don't blame him for that. And I heard someone going into the wall. Was it Ababukar? It was Ababukar. I've got a very good eye on the track map for that. So yeah, Moikuli, both Nobuild and Moikuli broke away from Stevie, who is now 1.3 seconds behind Moikuli. So he will not be having the DRS, Moikuli does. So he will not have the pressure from behind. Alex Cardogo, meanwhile, in P5. He's going to put the pressure on MK7 Hitch, who does not have the DRS on Stevie. 1.4 seconds to get between those two. Yeah, this part of the track is all about battery saving. Therma, you can make the moves. You can send it there. Is it wise to send it there? Not really. Because the track tightens up really much around here. So yeah, back to the front. Moikuli looks like he's unable to make a move into turn 6. Alex is closing in 3/10 the gap. Not enough. Bakers GT on the soft tires not able to get to the front. And those tires will be hurting very fast. And that is Failing Tomcat. Failing Tomcat was alongside with Buddha there. Was trying to make an overtake there. Make sure Buddha sees him in the mirrors. Says, hello there, sir. I'm still here, man. So, project very close and staying behind. A move into very close. Almost wheel banging there. Not yet. Not quite. But Project, is he gonna make a move? He is gonna make a move. Into turn 15. Oh, a little bit there. And too pedal heavy. Spinning him almost round into the wall. I don't think he has damage. Probably not. It was a very light tap with the wall. But very trigger happy on the throttle. Bacchus GT made a mistake out of the final corner. Loses the position to Soppis 2. Already 2 seconds behind. So yeah, that's very unfortunate with your wheel problems. Does that allow Curry to make an overtake though? Looks like it, yeah, Curry is getting past. Alex Kadogut was looking also for the overtake. Was not yet happening. Curry. There we go. P7 for the Indian Curry. Or the Finnish Curry in this case. Don't know yet if that has quite the same taste, but everything is beautiful in its own ways. And very tasty. Quali still within the DRS. 6/10 the gap. Stevie not able to keep up between with the top two. MK has reached the DRS zone within 1 second of Stevie, which was not the case last lap. So MK7H getting closer for podium positions. And Failing Tomcat very close to Buddha again. 4/10 the gap now. He is not on the battery. And Buddha has nothing to spare. A little bit twitchy through the chicane there. And is that Curry? Curry spins round out of the chicane on the exit. Very unfortunate. Bacchus meanwhile goes into the pits. Is he gonna do a tire change or retire? Curry meanwhile picks up a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Goes to retire as well in the pit lane. So if you retire, do it in the pits as we have prohibited in the ERA rules. It's mandatory in the rules, I should say. According to the rules. But yeah, Alex Kadogut 4/10 the gap still. Wayne has left the session, but he had already DNF'd. Alex, is he getting closer? He is losing a little bit of time. Now 6/10 the gap. An MK7H. Still, he is getting closer every lap to Stevie. Getting closer and closer. And looking at the tires, I just noticed it. Jaholi went to the soft tires as well. 3 laps old. So he will definitely do another stop. Because those are not gonna last to the end. And Bacchus, I think he will go to the end on these tires though. Crash hard. Let's see if he can undercut the people in front. Reminding that he was P7, I believe. Before he came into the pits. And is that Jaholi? Yes, it is Jaholi. Jaholi is standing sideways on the track. Jaholi now spinning on the track in the correct way. Back on the speed. MK7H closing in, but not close enough. Still P4. But he is still getting closer every lap. Will we see a move from him? Next lap, lap 15. Almost halfway of the race. And also very close together is this group here. From Chris all the way to the Failing Tomcat. And Project Race as well was also within the second. Or just and just not. But there to pick up the pieces if something is happening. And is that Alex Kadogut? He's rushing MK7H through the corners. Says, hurry up, we need to get closer to the top two, please. And it's that Johali again. Misses the pit entry, but goes back into the pits. It's now officially a lap behind. And retires in the pits, so nicely done from you, sir. And my quali is staying within reach of no build. So this can still be quite an interesting final couple of laps. The Abubakar, 10-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane. You have to go fast on track, mate, not in the pits. But yeah, with that, he's now the only driver with the penalties. Yeah, Bakos GT, with his wheel problems, retires in the pits. It's a shame, because you had an amazing qualifying lap. Amazing qualifying lap. And yes, it's just a shame that wheel issues is just because of retirement. But yeah, these issues can happen. And we'll come back stronger next race. So Alex Cardo got now very close to MK7H. He can smell what he ate for breakfast. He is alongside into the chicane. MK7H leaves him the space, going side by side through the final chicane. Still side by side, and he gets the position done. He gets the overtake done at the exit right before the final two corners. So Alex Cardo goes now into P4. Very nice move from the Ferrari. And I actually have... So yeah, still within the DRS of Stevie 2, so will he be next on his list, on his bucket list of overtakes done? He can wink that off as he wants. Buddha 3/10 the gap. Close enough to make an overtake on the battery though, but not close enough. He lost a little bit of time on the exit, on the traction, which allowed him to make the overtake. Rico actually got the overtake done on the Abubakar. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of things happening here right now. Tom Kadabuda fighting side by side through the second left-hander of Sector 2. A little bit of touching there, but Buddha stays in front of Tomcat. And Project now right behind them. Meanwhile, it's these two drivers, Rico and Abubakar, fighting on the straight. Abubakar with no battery to use. Oh, my bad. Using the wrong buttons. But yeah, Abubakar getting the overtake runner, does he? Goes a little bit straight on the curb. And that's Rico with the switchback. Can he make the overtake done? No, he can't. Rico now staying 12 and Abubakar into P11, who still has that 10-second penalty of speeding in the pit lane. But yeah, it's 35 seconds off of the group. 35 seconds is not an easy gap to close. But perhaps the others have to pit as well, so we'll see what will happen. We're halfway distance in the race right now. Lap 17 out of 31. And these two are still fighting. They're still fighting on track. Now through the final corners, it is Rico who will have the DRS right now. Abubakar goes to the defend. Defends well. Outbrakes him. Has a little bit of, and has no end plate on the right hand side as I can see there. So Abubakar has damage on the car. And that's actually very close to track limits there, Rico. So So yeah, they will stay behind each other. And it's these two. Stevie defending for his life for Alex Carugot. Alex now right on the back of him. He doesn't have the DRS compared to MK7H. MK7H goes for a center on the outside. Can he make it stick? Side by side through turn 3 we go. And it looks like Alex Carugot has the better traction out of the corner. But now onto the DRS straight. And is that a gap too big? Yes, it is. 6.5 tenths. That's not going to happen into turn 6. So back to the failing Tomcat. Failing Tomcat under pressure of Project Race, who actually got a penalty too from the looks of that. 3 seconds. Yes, it is. So it is for track limits. Buddha looking for an overtake around the outside. Can he make it 6? Side by side through turn 6. Ooh, a little switchback there out of the corner. And it looks like Ichris stays in P7, keeps the position. Abubakar gets a track penalty as well for track limits. And they're still fighting. Ichris and Buddha fighting. And Ichris winning out this battle. But it's side by side with failing Tomcat and Buddha now. Failing Tomcat got a little bit pushed into the wall there. Touching it, almost did a George Russell. But lost the position to Project Race because of it. Project Race now into P9. So there's a lot of action on track today. A lot of action. And back to these front runners. I like sitting with a full battery. Stevie with a half battery. MK7H has also not really something to use. But yeah, Alex, very close there. Very close, not close enough though. He can sniff his exhaust. But he cannot pass it, as of now. And this is losing them quite some time too. Because I reckon if there was not so much fighting, the gap won't be 9.3 seconds to the top 2. So we have to battle for P1, a battle for P3 currently. And a battle going on for P6 between 3 cars. Soppes has made a pit stop. So he has made his second pit stop now. Looks of it. Goes to fresh hearts. Yes, he does. Project also into the pits. Fresh mediums, no build. Into the pits. So the leader goes into the pits. Will it be fresh hearts or fresh mediums to the end? And it looks like fresh mediums. Mediums to the end. MK7H picks up a track limit penalty. So that's gonna hurt him in his battle for the podium. And Alex Carugot must be screaming out of happiness that Stevie is now away from his nose. Because he went into the pits. Go back on fresh mediums as well. But can Alex do the overcut on Stevie for a podium position? Because these two are fighting for the third position. And Nobel gets a nice gap in front of him. 15 seconds, so he has some time to play with. A lot of time to play with. So Quali will either stay out on track and try to manage the tires to the end, or goes into the pits as well, as we see multiple cars going into the pits, inclusive failing Tomcat and Buddha. Both coming out of the pits right now. Fresh manias for them too. And these P11 and P12 still fighting on track. It's almost amazing to see. So yeah, on to the DRS straight. Can Enrico make a move into turn 6? He is closing in though, closing in a lot. Is Abubakar gonna outbrake him? He is gonna outbrake him, sends him to the shops. My colleague is gonna pit, so he will come out behind No Build. But has this allowed No Build to build a gap and take my colleague out of DRS? Yes, it is. There he goes. No Build is gone. The gap is 3 seconds. Minimal. And I was right, 3.2 the gap. Fighting, Soppis, so it's not fighting. Ichris goes into the pits. Putting on fresh mediums as well, I presume. Yes, he is. So everyone is making their second pit stop. Alex, Karugoat, and NK7H still have to make the pit stop. And Project Race sets the fastest lap with a 1:31.2. At the moment, No Build has something to say to that because he will be putting in a fastest lap attempt right now. For sure. Now that these tires are nice, fresh, and warmed up after one lap. And my colleague actually went to the hard tires. That's actually quite interesting. Will the medium tires wear out at the end of the race? Let's wait and see. But yeah, Alex staying out, so is MK7H. So are they committing to a one-stop strategy? You know what? They might be. They might very well be. Both tires currently 15 laps old. But No Build will be coming in like a rocket. I don't think he did set the fastest lap though. No, that still goes to Project Race, so... Who is 1.2 seconds... no, my apology, this 1.2 seconds faster than Alex, but only 0.2 faster than No Build at the moment. So he has the pace in the car, we can assure you of that. And yeah, with that, there are gaps everywhere on track. Anyone within DRS range at the moment is failing Tomcat and Rico. Ichris on the pressure now from the Ferrari. Will failing Tomcat be able to make a move on the DRS straight? Coming up, one more corner to go before he can flap when he get his rear wing flap open. There he goes, open it goes. On the battery, it's not closing in enough though. Ichris stays P9. Stays on P9. Rico as well has a nice exit out of the corner there. On the battery. Abubakar has a full battery to use. To the inside now. This is a make a move for P6. They are touching. They are touching. A little collision out of turn 6. And they're going still side by side. A lot of contact there, which is not something you would like to see as a commentator. And ooh, they bang tires, they lock tires at the exit of turn 8, which pins Abubakar round. But they were fighting hard with each other for lap after lap after lap. So it was about to happen sooner rather than later. MK7H has made his pit stop onto the medium tires. Still has a 3-second penalty for track limits. But look at that. He was fighting with Stevie before Stevie made his pit stop. And now is 10 seconds behind. So that's how powerful the undercut is. And it's a safety car. It's a full safety car. Abubakar has retired. Don't know where that is, but as it is a safety car, it might very well be on track. We'll check the replay after the race. But yeah, a full safety car. And Alex Cardo Good, because of it, now basically gets a free pit stop. Not on Nobel. Nobel will get past though, as I presume that he will not pit again. He still has the fresh mediums on. Into the pits he goes. Where is he gonna come out? Will he come out P3 or P2? And Moikuli around the corner, the final corner. He's going into the pits. No, he isn't. He's not. He stays out. P2 for Moikuli. So now the gaps will close again. The gaps will bunch up. The cars will bunch up together as they are very spread out on track at the moment. Stevie got past Alex as well. I thought he would be out of the pits sooner than that. But he has fresh mediums to play with now. So he's definitely in contention for a possible race win. For sure the podium. So podium sitters at the moment, Nobelt, Mukuli and Stevie. But will that change in the final couple of laps? I predict that the safety car will come in lap 26. So until that, we have time to watch the cars go around the track in peace and quiet. Peace and quiet. No fighting. Calm down. Peace and quiet. And there's quite an interesting moment to look at the penalties as well. MK7H still with the 3 seconds, which will hurt him in his chase for podium position. Project also with the 3 seconds. We saw some good pace from him. He set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but he goes now into P7 and bunch up together with the front runners again. And of course Rico as well with the 3-second penalty for track limits. He will get to the row as well, to the line. So Wu has caught up to the safety car now. Sopis and MK7H safety car right there. Final cars to enter that train at the moment. 10 seconds to wait until Project is there as well. So yeah, a safety car. This might change things drastically for the final couple of laps. And is Moikuli's choice to put on the hard tires now a poor one? Because the medium tires will last out easily now with the 3 laps of no tire wear. And might Moikuli be even under threat from the Mercedes of Stevie, who also has the medium tires on? There we go. And yeah, everyone has put on the medium tires besides Moikuli and Sopis. The 2 Finnish drivers will finish on the podium at the race 1 around Brazil, together with their mate Colombo, who won the race back then, which was amazing to see too. Full-blown top 3 for Finnish Airlines. But we're on race 4 now, and it looks like Nobelt is leading the race from start to finish. Not quite at the finish yet, but it might look that way. And with that, I mean virtually. Cars, of course, have not pitted before him. In the forms of Alex, Moikuli, and MK7H, who has been in front of him for a moment when he pitted, but now he's back in the position he started on. So yeah, safety car will go around the track one more time, so Rico can pick up the pace and get back to the group. So we'll get started in lap 26 again. And with that, only 5 laps of racing left. And then we can conclude our Singapore Grand Prix. But yeah, 11 cars on the track right now. We've got 7 DNFs. 7 DNFs in the form of Abubakar, Bakus, who had his wheel issues. Jaholi, Curry, Nobody, Wingish, and DRS Maestro was the first to enter the pit lane and say, good night everyone, I'm going. So yeah, there we go. Rico has caught up to the train, to the safety car, and we can get started once we're at the end of the lap. And look at that city skyline. That's what I like around Singapore. It's the first night race on the calendar as well in Formula One. In 2008, they entered the Formula One calendar, first night race ever. And since then, more have followed. We have Bahrain currently on the calendar. We have Saudi Arabia, among others. And of course, right now in the real life season, the final triple header with Las Vegas tomorrow. Also a night race as well. So yeah, safety car coming in. This lap, No Build will be warming up his tires. Make sure to go at the most unpredicted moment in order to get an advantage. So will he go early? Who knows, he might too. He might though. So let's stay on board with my quali, closest to No Build at the moment. No Build not going onto the throttle yet. Goes through the chicane and he's on the throttle now. Great restart from No Build. No Build instantly has a gap of 8/10 almost. And instead Alex Cardugo putting the pressure on Stevie. He was putting the pressure on but not getting past. Unable to get past. Buddha meanwhile picks up another 3-second penalty. Fourth one in on the current grid. And yeah, Alex Cardugo, closest of everyone. 2/10s made a little mistake at the exit of turn 4. Now the gap 3.5, 4/10, so he's not closing in. He's not using battery either. But MK7H, 2/10s gap between them at the moment. He is very close, very close. Failing Tomcat has lost position to Rico. And Alex Cardugo got past Stevie at turn 7. Turn 8, I should say. So he got past Stevie at turn 8. Did Stevie make a mistake at by going wide? I did not quite get if they went too wide to get it through there, but very nice move from Alex nonetheless. And Mikuli, 1.2 seconds behind. So No Build has stretched his wings and say goodbye. See you later, sir. And we can hear people behind touching the wall. It is a street check overall, after all. So touching the wall is nothing new. And that's the Williams of MK7H. Very close to Stevie. Is he gonna make a move down on the straight with the DRS? If the gap is like this at the exit, but it's not. He got a little bit clipped on the curb. And now has to do it on the straight. Will he be able to go alongside? Yes, he goes for the outside line. Gets the move done. Goes off the track a little bit by doing so. Still by side, so turn 7. And now gets it done. Stays ahead. P4 for the MK7H. Very nice move there, sir. And that's failing Tomcat as well, putting the pressure on Ichris. Wants to get in the top 10 again. So Rico, who was fighting with Abubakar for P12, is now back to P9. So the safety car did wonders for him. And failing Tomcat getting closer. But more importantly, Project. Soppes has no DRS, so Project is battling him for position right now. And there we go. Alex meanwhile puts in the fastest lap at 130.9. Overtook my Cooley while I was not watching. And is within DRS reach of No Build. Remember what I said, guys, from at the beginning of the stream. He did a last to first challenge around Abu Dhabi at the season finale. last season. Season number 5. Season 6 now. Race number 4. Can he do it again? As he did not set a lap time at qualifying. Started P17 and now into P2 with fresher tires as well. 2.5 laps to go. Meanwhile, Project Race has got past Soppis on the DRS straight there. But the attention goes back to the front because Nobelt has been unchallenged to this point at the race, but he is now being challenged by the Ferrari in his rear wing mirrors. Or just his rear mirrors. My apologies. You have 3/10 the gap now. DRS open. Ooh, that's very close. A little bit touchy there. And he has the battery now. Using the battery DRS. Is he going to make a move down to the final chicane? Around the outside. He is going for it. He gets it done. Alex Good gets it done. P17 to P1. And with battery to spare. That was a very nice move, Mr. Good. Go for it. 2 laps remaining. Can he defend his position now from the no build? 5/10 the gap now, 6/10. It is increasing a little bit, but Moikuli is getting close on those hard tires as well. Yes, he's equal on battery with no build, so both using a lot to stay close with Alex. Alex, meanwhile, burning to get out of the 1 second. Will he be able to solidify the win here? 1.5 laps remaining. And only a few overtaking opportunities left on the track. MK7H was very close to Mikuli as well. So he has caught up with this train too. Stevie has lost a little bit of pace. 3.5 seconds the gap to MK7H. So that won't hurt MK7H. As he only has 3 seconds of penalties. But anything can happen yet in 1.5 laps time. The gap 1.2 seconds. So he has lost DRS. Nobelt has lost DRS. He is trying to stay close, desperately staying close. But Alex Caruco with the fresher tires now in the front. 1 lap to go. I'm going a little bit further back. Soppis and Project Race still very close together. This whole pack together. And Project Race, of course, with the penalty, will set them behind Soppis if it finishes like this. So back going to the penalties. Yeah, all 3 seconds. Moikuli, meanwhile, putting the pressure on Nobelt on the straight. Using the battery. Is he going to make a move? Nobelt is out of battery. He is looking. He is looking. He's not doing. He says, I'm staying here for now, but I might have another opportunity going into the final straight. So Nobel, 2.4 seconds the gap now, meaning Alex has stretched his wings and will now go for the win. Unless a mistake could be made in the final couple of corners. But let's not get to that. Let's get back to Moikuli. 4/10 the gap. Can he challenge Nobelt for P2? Both currently on podium as it stands. Because MK7H with his 3-second penalty will not be there if he challenges Moikuli. But is that a gap too big? It is a gap too big. Nobelt will stay in P2. But yeah, Alex Caru goes P17 on the grid to P1. Amazing. That's just wow. Wow, 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 wow. Nobelt stays in P2 with Moikuli rounding off the podium. MK7H in P4 with Stevie right behind him in P5. Soppis in P6. And we'll see the rest of the finishers in a moment's time. But yeah, what a race from Alex Caru. Congrats to that, my man. Wow, what a display to see. And there we have it, guys. Alex Kadegut taking everything what there is to gain. Puts in the fastest lap as well with 130.9. Most positions gained. It's just wow. Amazing by him. Moikuli on the podium with him with no build. MK7H P4. Fifth goes to Stevie. Then we have Sopis, Project Race, Icris, and Rico. And then lastly, failing Tomcat to round off the top 10. And then we have Buddha. Buddha, the final finisher in the race. As the rest, Abubakar, Bakos, Hollies, Curry, Nobody, Wingish, and DRS Maestro all have DNF'd. So yeah, it's been your host, Gameboy today. It was an amazing race to spectate and to commentate on. And we'll see you guys, not next week, but in 2 weeks' time, as we have a little break around for round number 5 at Australia, Melbourne. So we'll look out for that. And yeah, again, good race to spectate, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.